The nation's favourite antiques experts. £200 each and one big challenge.
Well, Duck, do I buy you or don't I?
Who can make the most money buying and selling antiques as they scour the UK?
What's my wife up to?
The aim is trade up and hope that each antique turns a profit. But it's not as easy as it looks, and dreams of glory can end in tatters.
Do I hear 1,500?
So, will it be the fast lane to success or the slow road to bankruptcy?
I can't keep this posture up for much longer.
This is the Antiques Road Trip. Yeah. This week's road trip takes us to beautiful Scotland, and entertaining us along the way are antiques experts Charlie Ross and James Braxton.
Where are we, roughly?
Aberdeen.
Charlie Ross is a renowned auctioneer and map reader, and a true professional who has a weakness for the cheaper things in life.
I couldn't quite see whether it said £5 or 50p. I couldn't quite tell.
James Braxton is an auctioneer and a surveyor who is drawn to items of great quality and design.
They're more look than substance, I would tell you.
Auction number 1 will go down in road trip history. Charlie's £8 Staffordshire elephant sold for a staggering £2,700.
I'm leaving. I think my road trip is over.
James could have given up, but he knuckled down and managed to claim victory at auction number 2.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
From his original £200, James now has £301.06 to continue the battle. After his gargantuan win in the first auction, Charlie's £200 has grown considerably, and despite his loss at the last auction, he still has £2,396.10 to play with.
I have to take my hat off to you yesterday. I know, stunning performance.
Kind of like assaulting a mountain with an ice pick, I think.
Along with their stylish 1954 Sunbeam Alpine, they're travelling from the northeast of Scotland over to the west before ending their journey in Ayr. Today we're leaving Aberdeen and kicking things off in Tarland, concluding with an auction showdown in Hamilton.
What are you going to buy today? You're going to spend a bit more of your
I really
wedge.
I would like, seriously would like to spend a few £100 on something. Oh, Tarland!
Ah, Tarland.
In the 18th century, Tarland was an important trading centre. It had a weekly market and 6 fairs throughout the year. Today, its village square is overlooked by the old kirk and has the granite war memorial as its centrepiece. Tarland may be small, but it's home to our experts' first shop of the day.
Oh, what a lovely view. Well driven.
Another chapter, another day.
Third leg.
Third, I've got so much money, I don't know what to do with it, but I want to spend it.
Come on, remind me. What's the figure, Charlie?
Approximately 2,400. Yeah.
Plays £300.
Yeah, but I was pathetic in the last round, wasn't I?
Well, no, you come from a position of strength. You don't need to do much. Just coast, I would.
I don't want to coast.
Enjoy.
It's not in my nature to coast. I want to spend.
Spend. Okay.
Spend. Should we go and see what they've got?
Yeah, come on. Let's go on.
Tarland Tower Antiques has been open for 18 years and is run by owner George. It has a large warehouse and 4 smaller rooms stocked full of beautiful furniture and interiors. Time for our boys to divide and conquer.
Look at that bed.
You've got the money for that bed?
Isn't this fabulous?
Determined to spend his dosh, Charlie gets tactical.
Phoning the auction room just to find out what they're good at, what they sell really well. Oh, hello, is that the auction rooms? It's Charlie Ross. I'm just putting a little call in. Do you have any specific areas which you're strong in the sale room?
He's cheating.
Thanks a lot. OK, bye-bye. Brackers, were you listening in on that?
I was.
You are such a sneaker. Nothing gets past you, does it? No. Anyway, steer clear of big brown furniture.
All right.
There's a shock.
Yeah.
Small pieces of furniture, particularly good.
And has he got a picture section in his auction?
I didn't ask him. Look, I'm wasting time. Yeah. Brackers, I've given you all the information you're going to get.
With that, it's pretty clear that furniture is off the shopping list.
What exactly are they?
Not for sort of sake or something.
It would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I bought him in a house in the middle of nowhere, so...
He's got a jolly chat. He looks a little bit like James.
Sake is a Japanese alcoholic drink made from rice. The Japanese believe that in order to enjoy it to its fullest, the sake cup you drink from should be as beautiful or as interesting as possible. This unique pair are priced at £45 each.
Did you do 20 quid for the two?
No.
No?
No, not for the two. But I think you should have a think about it, though.
Yes.
Because they're just a bit different, and that's the kind of thing you might do really well on.
Charlie, while you contemplate spending, George has taken James to see a rather interesting 1950s print of Balmoral.
I think it's an advertising poster that's been over-varnished.
Yeah.
I bought it with a bunch of other stuff.
It's lovely. It's really lovely. Here's the artist here, Kenneth Steele.
Steele, I think it is.
It's very much in that railway tradition of posters, isn't it?
But it's got that sort of golden colour, the varnish as well.
I like it. I like it. And he's done it all with a big old spatula, hasn't he?
Born in Sheffield in 1906, Kenneth Steele was a watercolour painter, and this is one of his prints from Royal Deeside.
What could that be, George? Cheap?
£25.
£25, you got a deal.
I think you'll do okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done, James. You've made the first purchase of the day. Unfortunately, Charlie doesn't have the same sense of urgency. Well, you wouldn't, would you?
Stop sitting on your wallet and get some money out.
You just want me to come down to your level, don't you? You want me to stick my dosh into something and burn it.
That was further,
George,
as you know,
I...
that is furthest from my thoughts.
After some tough love from James, Charlie's gone back out in search of a bargain.
Oh, my God, isn't that wonderful?
The shop is wonderful. This is a garage full of brown furniture. Are the alarm bells not ringing, Charlie?
See, Hamilton's quite near Glasgow. A little bit of an arts and crafts over mantle there. That's a cheap, cheap little lot.
Is that very cheap?
Yeah.
Made by Rennie McIntosh?
I think it could be. I think it's more likely to be Jimmy McIntosh. £25, you can't go wrong.
Is that all it is? George, you're just beginning to come to my sort of way of thinking here.
What on earth is going on? Now James has jumped on the garage bandwagon. This is an antique assault course. Are you sure you boys are fit for this?
That's a big picture frame.
There's two of them.
I can't even see what you're looking at. Oh, those frames.
£150.
What, for two of them?
Yeah. Is that good or bad?
That's good.
I think it's phenomenal. Would you like them, Brackers?
I would quite like them.
Brackers, this is my Christmas present to you.
Really?
You can have them.
That's really kind. That is very kind,
If you can't
Father
get a
Oscar.
profit out of 150 quid on that pair of frames...
Go on, George, they're mine.
Very risky buying something you can't properly see, James. But if you're sure...
Corners, is that a bookcase?
Yeah, see, I would sell you that as well.
Oh, not again. Where are you looking now?
Would it have had a marble top or...?
Yeah, but I've got the marble top. Over the top of that bed, you'll see the marble top. Right, so look behind.
Oh, yeah, I've got it. It's an open fronter, is it?
Yes.
Are these aren't gilt metal, are they?
No, they're wooden.
They're lovely.
Charlie, am I mistaken here, or did the auctioneer not say to avoid large furniture?
What's this jobby?
Victoria, yeah, 150?
Take 100 quid for it?
Yeah.
I'll have it.
Right.
I'd love to congratulate you on finally making a purchase, but I think it's a bit of a risk. Finally, back outside, and Charlie's on a roll, he spotted an Edwardian mahogany writing desk.
What, how much is that?
I couldn't do it for less than 220.
How much?
220, that would be me.
Let's pull that out. They did say, the sale room, small pieces of furniture. This is a little ladies' writing table, leather top, and it's got a little compartment here, has 2 drawers, 1.5.
I wouldn't move, that's a bargain at 220.
Don't you normally start at sort of...
No, I'm not known for my discounts, you know.
You don't know. I'm sure there isn't a Scotsman in the land that's known for his discounts. I know you just said 220 and that was... Could you do 200?
I could restore this piece, as you know, and I know I'd sell it no problem. So I'm going to stick...
Go on, I'm looking... Yeah, shake on it. No, I think that's very fair. Very fair. I was being a bit of an old cheapskate there. I think it's worth every penny.
It's worth it.
It's great.
And now he's started spending, he just can't stop.
There was an overmantel in the top shed there. Got a hint of Macintosh.
It does.
A very small hint of Macintosh.
And it's the right money.
Yeah. What was it? I can't remember what you quoted me.
£25.
You did?
Yeah.
Do you know, 25 quid, Even I won't argue with that.
No.
With £2,076.10 still to spend, I should hope not. And what about those unique sake cups?
I take your point about those two little...
Yeah, I could do something special on them.
Oh, you're a tempter!
That is the thing you should be going out of here with. I'll do the two, 50 quid.
50?
For the two. It's the right time for that Oriental stuff at the moment. They're a bit different, they're huge characters, just like you.
You're absolutely wonderful salesman.
I just think the two of them, the two of you...
I'll tell you what, George, let's shake on that.
Cheers.
4 things.
Yep.
It's been an absolute dream here. It's been fantastic.
It's certainly been a busy morning. Charlie finally parted with his cash, buying brown furniture, brown furniture, brown furniture, and a pair of sake cups. James came away with 2 extremely large frames and a print. But the excitement's not over yet. Charlie's heading 32 miles east to Blair's, where he has a prior engagement. St Mary's College was founded in 1829 when John Menzies of Pitfoddles, the last member of an old Aberdeen Catholic family, donated his mansion and estate of 1,000 acres to the Catholic Church. Today it's known as Blair's Museum, and it gives a unique insight into Scotland's Catholic history and heritage. Showing him round is former pupil, teacher and now museum manager Ian.
Well, Blair's is basically what used to be a junior seminary, so it was basically a boarding school for boys of secondary school age who were thinking about becoming a Catholic priest.
Right.
So I was one of them a long time ago.
Oh, were you?
Way back in the 1960s.
Yeah. And that's where your thoughts were at that time?
Yes, But I've now been married for 33 years, so
obviously... Oh, have you? So you obviously took a different course.
It changed, but then after that I was actually here, and my wife taught here as well, for the last 9 years before the college closed 25 years ago now.
From its establishment, Blair's College was recognised as a safe place to receive and preserve artefacts relating to Scotland's Catholic heritage. Their collection of paintings spans more than 4 centuries, featuring some of Scotland's most renowned historical figures. Today, Charlie has come to see the highlight of the collection, a full-length memorial portrait of Mary, Queen of Scots.
Mary had been imprisoned in England for something like 19 years, but it was basically house arrest in various castles.
Yes.
She still had a small staff of 10 to a dozen people.
Right.
So of that staff, she chose these 2 ladies in waiting to attend her at the execution, and then there were 4 of her supporters were also witnesses at the execution itself.
And there was some pressure on Elizabeth to have her executed.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, is it true that she didn't want to have her executed?
Yes.
Or...
We actually have the death warrant, or a copy of the death warrant over here. You can see Elizabeth's signature,
there.
in the top right-hand corner.
Yeah.
When Queen Elizabeth I came to the throne in 1558, she brought with her a reformed religion, which became known as Protestantism. However, many considered her cousin, Mary, Queen of Scots, a Catholic, the legitimate sovereign of England. And with no direct heir, Mary was the closest successor to the throne. Perceived as a threat, Elizabeth had her arrested, and after 19 years, she was tried and executed for treason, a decision that has caused much speculation.
I mean, some people believe that she was given it in a pile of papers and signed it, not realising what she'd signed. I've
heard that story, funnily enough, yeah.
Other people believe that she meant to sign it, but she didn't mean it to be carried out immediately. But then her ministers do exactly that. Within days, Mary is executed, and they come back and tell her that it's been carried out, and supposedly Elizabeth was furious and at the same time in floods of tears that it had happened. Almost her last act is very, very symbolic, because she's wearing this scarlet underclothing, and that scarlet colour is the same colour of vestments that a priest would wear on the feast day of a martyr.
Of the martyr, yes.
So Mary, almost in her last act, is saying, I'm being executed because of my faith, and not because I'm a traitor against Elizabeth.
Strong statement.
That's right.
And it's been an absolute delight. Thank you so much.
Again, yes. Thank you.
What a fascinating insight. Charlie, you've been truly spoiled, bless you. And as the day draws to an end, both our experts need their beauty sleep. Night-night. As the sun rises on a typical Scottish morning, our dynamic duo are once again on the road, and it's not raining.
Now, have we creeped over to the west coast now?
No, we can't have got quite to the west coast, can we?
No, sorry. We've crept down the coast. Look, there we are.
So far, James has spent £175 on 2 auction lots, the 1950s print and the large pair of giltwood frames, leaving £126 and 6p for the day ahead. How exciting. Charlie, meanwhile, hit the first day's shopping hard, spending £395 on 4 lots. The Edwardian ladies' writing desk, a pair of 19th century sake cups, an arts and crafts oak overmantel mirror and the 19th century bookcase. So he has £2,001 and 10p to spend. They're leaving Tarland behind and travelling 40 miles south to Montrose, where James will start his day's shopping.
Montrose. Have you ever been to Montrose before?
I haven't.
Montrose is the northernmost coastal town in Angus, and in 1777 was the birthplace of Doctor and Radical MP Joseph Hume. For 30 years he was a leader of the Radical Party and became the self-appointed guardian of the public purse.
Smoothly done, Brackers.
Pretty smooth.
I don't even need to get out here. I can just shuffle across.
Can you?
Yeah, good luck, old chum.
Thank you.
Spend, spend, spend. Oh.
Today, George Eaton Antiques is James Braxton's first port of call.
Hi, James.
George.
Hi, nice to meet you, George.
Nice to...
This is my sort of shop, you know, it's a foraging shop. This is lovely. Domino set, and it's made with bone. Here, bone faces with ebony backing.
There's a more interesting set. They're up to 9, which is rarer. Usually they're only up to 6.
Oh, I see.
It's a set and a half.
Oh, that's very good. Again, these ones go up to 9. So you've got another, you know, you've got another 3 numbers to conjure with, haven't you?
Generally, the most commonly used domino sets are double 6 and double 9, although double 12, 15 and 18 are popular for games involving several players.
And how much are these then, George?
25.
Really? That's a lovely lot. OK, what other curios have you got for me, George?
Ooh.
Is that a sort of continental piece, that?
It's WMF.
Oh, it is WMF.
Yes.
And how much have you got on that, George?
That, I had 150 on it, but as with everything.
So everything's negotiable in life, isn't it? It looks as though it has the most beautiful polished glass liner. Isn't that a lovely piece of glass?
Württembergische Metallreihenfabrik, or WMF, is a German Art Nouveau producer specialising in metalwork from the late 19th and into the 20th century.
And a lovely stylised border, sort of beach, almost like a beech leaf. I suppose it's a stylised vine leaf or something.
Vine, it's got grapes. Yeah.
Grapes, hasn't it? Give grapes to somebody in hospital, that would restore their spirit, wouldn't it? Lovely. Beautifully modelled. That's a lovely item.
Yes, you are modelling it rather beautifully. And while James continues his search for lovely items, Charlie is heading 15 miles inland to Letham. The largest village in Angus, Letham is famous for its Victorian market, which takes place in early July.
I'm absolutely chipper. I phoned up the man in the antique sale room where we're going to, and he said, don't buy furniture, it doesn't sell very well. So I ripped straight into buying 3 pieces of furniture. Never listen to the experts. That's what Winston Churchill said. Never listen to the experts.
Time will tell, Charlie. Let's see what gems you can uncover in Lovejoy Antiques. Sounds promising.
Is it Barbara?
Yes, it
I'm
is.
Charlie.
Housed in a converted stable, Barbara and her husband have been in the antique business for over 6 years.
Barbara, there's an extremely jolly person down here looking at me.
Yes.
Who looks like a Chinese bronze. It is bronze!
Yes.
Look at that. Pretty miserable. Laughing. And I think that's James Braxton.
Quite jolly.
Yeah. How much is this object? Hundreds and hundreds of pounds?
No.
No?
Just 100.
Would £50 buy him?
No. 70 might.
You've got me tempted here.
Yes.
I think he's absolutely splendid. I wish I knew more about these things. These faces must be the 4 faces of man or whatever, but I don't know quite what they signify.
Actually, the 4 faces of a Chinese Buddha represent pleasure, anger, sorrow, and joy. It's believed that a Chinese Buddha will both protect and bring good luck.
50 won't buy him.
No. 70.
70 will. Sold.
Well done.
Sold. I knew I'd find something in the end. I think that's a cracker. Look at that. The 4 faces of James Braxton.
Oh, Charlie. Meanwhile, James has been drawn to Art Deco and red trousers.
Where do they come from? Do you remember the building?
They were Montrose Picture House.
Great 30s feel to those flowers, isn't it? Very Art Deco. I really like this. How much you got on this?
£30.
£30. And you get the 2 for 30?
Pair, yeah. It's a sash window. They operated,
Sash window?
Operated, one above the other.
Yeah.
In a frame.
One in front of the other. I see.
In a frame, and they slid down.
Oh, they look good together, don't they? Yeah, I like those.
Yes.
George, you're going to have those?
OK.
Very nice, James. And feeling confident, he strides on to haggle on the dominoes, priced at £25, and the WMF grape dish at £150.
Is there any chance, George, I could do those 2 for £95?
Struggle. If that's all you've got.
That's all I've got. Put bar the pence. George, thank you very much indeed.
Well done, James. That's an amazing £80 saving. And after spending £95, you've got £1 and 6p to your name. Ha!
And I'd like you to have the £1 and 6p as a bit of luck money.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
It's been really great fun.
And after a very successful day's shopping, James is giving himself a treat and heading 13 miles south to Arbroath. On the North Sea coast, Arbroath is perhaps most notable as the home of the Arbroath Smoky. The lucky James Braxton is meeting smoky expert Ian Spink.
Hi, good to meet you, Ian. So, what this looks all good stuff.
Yeah, well, this is, you're at the true home of the Arbroath Smoky.
Right.
And I'm going to make some smokies for you in the place where they originally came from.
In the late 1800s, the fishwives originally smoked the fish in halved barrels with fires underneath, trapping the smoke under layers of Hessian sacking. Ian uses these traditional methods to make his famous smokies.
And Smoky, the fish is a herring, is it?
No, it's a haddock.
It's a haddock,
It's a hot
is
smoked
it?
haddock, yes. It has to be a haddock to be a proper, genuine Arbroath Smoky.
You're an old pro at this.
Oh, I've had a bit of practice.
And is this quite a quick process, Ian, then?
It is relatively, actually, yeah. We take about 40 minutes to cook them right through.
Really?
That's them from raw to fully cooked.
Fabulous.
And as you're going to find out, quite the best way to experience a freshly made smoky is straight from the fire.
Yum, yum, yum. I'm looking forward to that.
The fish are gutted at sea, washed and boxed, ready for auction in the market.
Exactly. They've all been pre-prepared.
Yeah.
With a layer of salt, then a layer of fish, then a layer of salt, layer of fish. And they're left in the salt for several hours.
Really?
So we're going to hang these fish in the sticks here.
The fish are left to hang on the sticks for about 20 minutes to let the excess water drip off them before being moved over to the smoky pit.
The Hessian, and what part, that dampens it all down, does
Well,
it?
that helps to keep most of the air out of the fire, but it still allows the fire to breathe.
And so the last one, you're dunking then?
Yeah, so just giving it a bit of damp, just giving it damp. If it's too dry, it may catch fire.
Ian, do you come from a long line of smokers?
I'm a fifth generation
Fifth
smoky maker.
generation.
Yeah. My family's been involved in this in the smoky making side of things for a couple of 100 years, but before that we were fishermen as well. But,
Fabulous. And I noticed that it's an Arbroath Smoky, so we have a preface here. Does that mean anything?
Well, the Arbroath Smoky has a protected status now. PGI, it's Protected Geographical Identification.
I see. So like Champagne, so like
Exactly the
Melton
same.
Mowbray and
That's
all
correct.
that sort of thing.
That's correct.
Oh, congratulations.
So-
And who did you get that?
Well, my father worked on that one for 3 years to get that status for the Smoky.
Oh, well
And it's been great for us. It's been great for us because I wouldn't say it necessarily helps sales as such, but it ensures that anybody who buys an Arbroath Smoky anywhere will know that it's been made in Arbroath. It's a real thing.
Now, how is our fire doing?
The fire is looking good.
Oh, look at those. They have changed, Ian.
Yeah, they're a nice golden colour now.
They look very good. Very good indeed.
So James, would you like to try a bit?
Oh, I'd love to, Ian.
Okay, well here's a nice juicy pair here. Let's try this one.
They look good,
They
Ian.
look beautiful, even colouring, nice and golden right through.
Yeah.
So
Just rip them off there.
break a pair in half, and what I do here is I hold the fish with what was the head end towards me.
Yeah.
Give it a gentle squeeze, and you can see the flesh come off the bone like that. Okay?
Perfect, isn't it?
I'll just split the fin down the middle, open it up like that. Look at that, absolutely
And you just
amazing.
take the bone out in one.
It's as simple as that. And all that beautiful white meat there is bone free now.
Look at that, and the flesh is so good, isn't it?
It's just lovely and moist and white, just the way it should be.
That is really good.
And with
Can I
it
have a
and-
bit more?
Yeah, help yourself.
Just so beautifully cooked. That is perfect fish.
What a treat you've had, James. And whilst you recover from your lovely indulgence, Charlie's making his way to Barry. A small village in Angus, Barry lies at the mouth of the River Tay. It's Charlie's last chance to flash his cash, and Anderson High Antiques is his final shop of the day. Open for 2 years, it's located in part of a 19th century school. Owner Kate and husband Ed have been in the business for 15 years. After browsing, Ed shows Charlie a set of 6 Royal Doulton coffee cups, hand-painted by May Wilson and priced at £48.
MW. Who is?
MW is May Wilson.
Right.
Who is one of the ladies that we collectively refer to as the Scottish lady artists, who bought the pottery blanks. They were all artists, mostly associated with either Glasgow School of Art or the Edinburgh School of Art. And they painted these beautiful...
That's interesting. Now, so they bought I think they bought the glazed object by the looks of things,
they
and painted over the glazing?
Precisely.
So why are they so cheap, he said, shooting himself in the foot?
There is one cup which has had a repair on it. Oh yes, there it is here. The little handle has been glued.
Yeah.
It could be better repaired.
I actually find them really charming.
They're nice, aren't they? And as I say, the thing is, in the central belt of Scotland, people who collect these things will know who that is.
Fantastic.
Might be quite an interesting one for you.
Sold.
Excellent.
You know, I said sold without even talking about the price.
I'm very happy to do for you what we would do for the trade, basically,
Yeah.
which might be to make it, say, £43.
£43.
Is that all right?
I think I've probably got £43 for it. Look,
Lovely final buy, Charlie. And with your shopping done, it's time to see what you can make of each other's purchases.
now, Brackers, I'm going to reveal my first thing. You
Okay.
know the 4 Faces of Buddha?
Yep.
Well, I've renamed the 4 Faces of Buddha the 4 Faces of Braxton.
It's lovely. How much do you pay for it?
I paid 70 quid for it.
I think it's great fun. Very humorous. I think it's a winner.
Good. Well,
It's certainly different, and Charlie's decided to combine it with his sake cups to make one auction lot.
I think the sake cups are very humorous, great fun.
yeah,
But
we'll wait and see.
we'll wait and see.
Come on, James, let's see your first purchase.
It's a rather nice little souvenir of where we've been.
Balmoral.
Balmoral.
I like that. Did it cost less than 50 quid?
It did.
Then you're all right.
Yeah.
This is by a person called May Wilson, who decorated porcelain. And every single piece, the cups, the saucers, are all monogrammed.
Another winner for Roscoe.
Hope so.
And next is hopefully your winner, James, the beautiful sash windows.
That's the top, and this is the bottom, and it came out of the Montrose Picture House.
Isn't that lovely? I think they're great. I quite like those cabochons in the middle of the top one.
Yeah.
They're rather fun. I like those.
Glad you like 'em, Charlie. But what will James make of your overmantel mirror?
That looks superb. Love the carving. They look like stylized poppies or pomegranates.
Yes. What will that make at auction?
I would thought that they'll estimate that 80 to 120. Well, the carving's so good.
£25.
No. No. Father Roscoe, how could you do this to me?
Chin up, James. You've got your lovely domino set next.
Are you a Domino's man?
I haven't played dominoes for years.
This one is 1 to 9.
Good Lord. They're rather fun.
I paid £15.
Very cheap. Double your money. 30, 40 quid.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Charlie, it's time for your ladies' writing desk.
These little sides open up.
Nicely
as
divided.
compartments for letters and what have you. It's got a bit of damage, but 300 to 400. That's what I would hope. Cost 220.
Oh, another Roscoe winner. Anyway, last item.
Are we WMF here?
WMF.
We are. Very stylish.
It's very stylish, isn't it?
Very stylish. They do like WMF.
You both have one more lot to reveal. However, they were so big that they've had to go straight to the auction house.
The benevolence of Father Roscoe saw me walking away with those two fabulous frames, a pair.
I know.
For £150.
Very big.
Right, Charlie, enlighten us on your last lot.
It's an open-fronted bookcase. It's got a shaped marble top.
Yeah.
It's late 19th century, but it's got gilt-decorated mounts, and I paid £100 for it. I don't know if you managed to get a peep at it.
I saw the marble top, and I saw its front. I saw the gilding. It's a lovely piece at £100. He was very kind to us.
But will you be as kind to one another? Time to hear what you really think.
I think he's let himself down a bit with the sake cups. One of them's chipped, £50. I think Father Roscoe may struggle to get out of that one, but knowing his luck, he might get away with it.
His best buy, undoubtedly the large frames. They are great, and I think they'll double his money.
Our experts have been on a voyage of discovery from Tarland to Montrose, Letham to Barry, finally crossing to the west and arriving in Hamilton. Hamilton is a town in South Lanarkshire, in the west-central lowlands of Scotland, and it's home to Hamilton Auction Market, one of the biggest auctioneers in Lanarkshire.
Do you think when you see your frames that they'll only be three-sided? They will have rotted away. I mean, I don't know how long my bookcase is, because I could only see one end of it.
You both certainly took a gamble there with your rather large purchases, but it's auction day, and we'll soon find out if it's paid off. L.S. Smiley and Sons Limited were established in 1874 and are a sixth-generation family-run business.
Oh, look!
Look, here
In all their splendour.
Fabulous, fabulous. And yours.
Oh, good Lord, so it is.
What a fine piece, what a fine piece.
A decorator's piece,
A
isn't it?
decorator, very much so.
Well, they appreciate it up here.
Of course they will.
Yes, we found our other things.
Yeah, come on. Let's go and see the auctioneer.
James Henderson is our auctioneer for the day, and he's kindly cast his eye over our experts' purchases.
The sake cups, I particularly like those. Although they're both damaged, they are quite nice and there'll be a bit of interest in it, I would imagine. I think they'll do quite well. The large giltwood frames, 3 metre by 2 metre, is the size that might put folk off. They are pretty big.
James Braxton started today's show with £301 and 6p and spent exactly £301 and 6p on 5 auction lots. Charlie Ross began with £2,396 10p and spent a splendid £508 on 5 auction lots. It's the day of reckoning. Should Charlie have listened to the experts? First under the hammer is his bookcase.
What's it worth? £100. 100 for it now. 100 for it now. 100. Area 50. 30 then for it now.
Oh dear, this isn't looking good.
A 30 bed. A 30 bed. Surely one more here. 30 bed. A 30 bed 5. A 35 and 40.
45. Come on, sir.
A 45 and 50. A 50 bed.
Come on.
A 55 and 60 now. At 60 bed a 60. At 60 bed 60 bed 40.
Cheap.
At 60 bed 5. At 65. At 65 on bed. And 70 now. At 70 bed. At 70 bed 70 bed 70 bed 70 bed. All done at £70.
Roscoe. You only fell a little, didn't you?
Never listen to the experts, eh?
Oh, Brackers.
James, next in the spotlight are your rather large frames.
What are they worth now? £100. 100 for the pair there. 100. Area 50. £50.
Go straight in.
50 on bed. On bed of 50. At 50 bed. At 50 bed on bed. At 50 bed.
There must be some opposition.
At 55 at 60. At 60 bed. And 5. At 65 at 70. At 70 bed. At 70 bed on bed. At 70
come on,
bed. 70 bed 70 bed 70 bed 70 bed. All done at £70.
Steal, Brackers. Steal.
I thought I had the deal of the century.
Ouch! Not what you were expecting, eh?
Do you know what I'm now thinking?
What?
Thank God I let you buy them.
Next in the line of fire is Charlie's ladies' writing desk.
150. 100 on bed. 100. At 100 on bed. At 110. At 110 at 20. At 120. 130. At 140. At 150. 160. 170. At 180. 190. At 200. At 200 on bed. At 210. At 210. At 210 on bed. At 210 on bed. At 210 on bed. At 220 now. At 220. 230.
My money back. Sort of getting my money back.
230 on bed. On bed at 230. 230 on bed. On bed at 230. 230. 230. 230. 230. All done.
Try
at
one
230.
more.
Well done, Roscoe.
Well,
Could have been a lot worse, couldn't it?
brave move, wasn't
That
it?
could have been a picture frame.
Very lucky, Charlie. Before commission, that's a small £10 profit. Your turn, James. What will Hamilton make of your 1950s print?
30 for it now. 20. £10 surely now. 10 on bed. Thank you, sir. At 10 on bed. At 10 on bed at 10.
There's a lady bidding 12.
Now. At 12 at 14. At 14, 16. At 16, 18. At 18, 20. At 22. At 22 at 5. At 25 and 8. And 30 now. At 32. At 32 on bed. At 32 on bed. At 32 at 2. But a bit, 2, but a bit, 30.
Another bidder.
Now, 5 now. At 35. And 8.
Brackers, you're on fire.
At 8, but a bit, no, 8, 8, 8, 8, 38, 38, 38, 88, all done at £38.
Oh, God. I feel as though I've almost painted it myself.
Well done, James. It might be small, but at least it's a profit.
13 in the pot.
Charlie, it's time for your overmantel mirror.
£50, 30 then, 30 on bed.
You're buying.
30 bed, and 5, 40, 5, 50, at 50 bed of 5, and 60, at 60 bed, at 60 bed, at 60 bed, at 60 bed, 60 bed, 5 now, at 65 at 70. At 70 bed, at 70 bed, at 70 bed, 70 bed, 70 bed, 70 bed, all done at £70.
£45 is a great profit. James, the pressure's on. Can your sash window slash your losses?
£20 for them, 10 then, £10.
Your man's at it again.
Bed, at 10, I'm better 10, at 10, but a bit, at 10, at 12 now, 14, 16, 18 and 20 and 2 at 5 and 8 at 28 at 28 on bed at 28 at 28 on bed at 28 a day at 28 a day at 28 a day at 28 a day at day all done at £28 30 now just in time.
Oh, 30.
30 bed 2 now at 32 and 5 5 and 8 and 38 at 38 on bed at 38 at 38 on bed.
Brackers, you're working them from behind.
All done at £38.
Well done, the auctioneer.
That's well done, the auctioneer.
Yeah, you've slimmed out of that one.
I did slim.
I'm afraid, after commission, that's not a whole lot. Next on show is Charlie's set of Royal Dalton coffee cups.
What they're worth now? £30. 30 for them now. 20. 10 then. Better 10. At 10 on better 10. At 10 but about 10. 10 but 10. 10. 12. At 12 at 14. 16. 18. 20. 2. 5. At 25 and 8. At 28 and 30. At 30 bed. At 30 bed. At 30 bed. Fresh better 2. At 32 and 5. At 35 and 8. At 38. At 40 now. At 40 bed. At 40 bed. At 40 bed. At 40
You're getting me money back now.
bed 2. At 42 at 5.
Come on,
at 40
one more.
and 8. At 48 and 50 now.
Yes, that's the way.
50 bed. 50 bed. 50 bed. 50 bed. All done at £50. Thank you, sir.
Well, it got me out of trouble.
£50. Well done.
Another close call, Charlie, but still a profit. Next to face the music are James's dominoes.
A lovely lot.
Usual set. 20 then. £20 for them.
You're in at 20. You're into a profit.
Bed. At £20 on bed. At 20 bed, 2 now. At 22 and 5. At 25 and 8. At 28. At 28 at 30. At 30 bed at 2. At 32 at 5. At 35 on bed. At 35. At 35 at 5 on bed. At 35 at 5 at 8 now. At 38. a 38, a 38 at 40, a 40 bid, a 40 bid.
This is Stella Galactic.
Bid 40 bid 40 bid, all done at £40.
Well done, mate. You're a canny man, Braxton.
What a relief, James. You're back in the game. Time for Charlie's combined lot. His bronze Buddha and a pair of sake cups.
£80 surely, 50 no less, £50, 50. At 60, and 5, and 70, and 5.
See, I told you that lady would be after it.
5, 100, at 110, at 110, at 120, at 120, 20, 20, 120, 130, at 140, at 140 bid, at 140, at 140, at 150 now, fresh bidder.
I'm into a profit.
160, at 170, at 170, 180, at 190.
You're a money machine.
220, at 220, 240, at 240, at 240, 5 like.
Try one more.
240, at 240 I'm bid, at 240 I'm bid, 5, at 245, at 245 at 5, 245 at 5, all done, at £245.
Well done, Roscoe. What's that? That is amazing price.
Fantastic result, Charlie. Your Buddha certainly brought you luck and prosperity.
That is very good. Well done, well done, well done.
Thanks, Brackers.
Well done.
It'll take a lot, but can James's WMF Great Dish turn it in his favour?
30 for it now. £30, 30 on bid. On bid at 30, at 30 bid. 5, at 35 at 40, and 5, at 50. At 50 bid at 50.
Go on.
50 bid. At 50 bid.
Come on, come on.
5, at 55.
55, get in there.
Bid. At 55. At 55 at 60.
Well done, well done.
At 60 bid at 5. And 70. At 70 bid.
He's working on it.
Well done.
Whacking on it.
And 80. And 5. And 90.
Oh, well done.
100, at 100, at 100, I'm bid, at 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, all done, at £100.
Could have been a lot worse.
Brackers, I tell you what, I thought it was dying at 50. You came with a late burst, Brackers.
I thought it was dying at 30.
That was a good profit to end on, James, but I'm afraid it just wasn't enough for auction victory. Round 3 goes to Charlie.
But to drop 80 and, you know,
so
steep,
the one
steep hill
thing,
to climb.
you know, and if you'd said, no, after you, Father Roscoe, you have the frames, I would have lost the money and you'd have been all right.
Oh, you're a canny fella.
Pure luck. Shows how it's done.
Canny fella.
Pure luck.
Go on, let's go for a curry.
Good idea.
James started today's trip with £301 and 6p, and after paying auction costs, made a disappointing loss of £66.54p. He's now got £234.52p to carry forward. Charlie, on the other hand, started today's leg with £2,396.10p. He spent wisely and made a small £37.30p profit. Charlie still has a sizable £2,433.40p to kick off the next leg.
Well done, Father Roscoe. I didn't think
I'm driving.
You are. Winner takes all. Oh, it's rather like golf. You're teeing off.
Oh, I'm teeing off, yes. Well, another one down.
Another one down. What a lovely... It was fun, wasn't it?